Oh, good. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another session of Darksiders 2 with Chaos Counseling. Yay! Whoa.
So fast,
Hello,
horseman.
Birdman. How are you, Crowman?
So I am. I will remain here at the tree, should you have need of me on your quest.
I love how he's so cool with us despite us murdering him dead.
And dust has a beak for more than corpses, horseman. Follow him, and you will find the key.
Follow dust, find the key. Can't be that easy, Crowfather.
Or
may be
is
right.
it?
The future is a secret even I cannot keep.
What?
But
What does that even mean?
yes.
I'm trying to...
Yes.
And I mean, besides, that takes back to the Forge Lands.
Oh, so we need to go
we
up
gotta.
there. Yeah.
Okay, go up here. Yeah.
I mean, he's cool about it because we killed him. He's no longer insane.
Oh,
That's true.
I guess.
Also,
I don't remember what made him insane in the first place,
The
though.
amulet.
Oh.
I'm gonna break the fourth wall. It's been 5 months since we've played this. So we're all.
Experimentuary, Phoenix Wright, and
If you're listening to this in the future, just going through the playlist, everything's gonna seem normal. It's been 5 months for us, though.
So we're gonna suck.
So I'm.
shut up.
Anyway, I'm gonna do my best to remember everything. Please be lenient. I know that's not a good excuse, but I'm gonna do my best.
I'm having a stare down with sunshine.
the
I
right.
have the power of the volume.
Okay, so
he
full
fears
disclosure: do not put your tongue near the microphones. This is my favorite area of the game, Lost
Ooh.
Light.
I think I remember you telling me about it, and you've described it as very pretty. So I have this standard in my head. So let's
I've
see if
never
it
once
follows.
said that it was pretty.
I heard
really?
heaven. That's all I remember.
Oh, okay.
I have heard nothing about this.
The prettiest place is the Forge Land.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's what you were talking about. I don't know.
I said.
Oh,
Ooh.
this is pretty.
Hello.
I like this.
Hello.
I don't recognize this place.
Oh, I thought you said you were
Where have
staying
you
at the
taken
tree.
me?
He is at the
This
tree.
place
Oh,
is called
wait.
Lost
Like the portal.
That's right.
It's an
area.
outpost,
It's okay.
far beyond the gates of heaven. And it is here that the angels have hidden the key to the Well of Souls.
Why here? Why not the White City?
There are some amongst the angels who would use the key for their own purpose. So it was hidden here to safeguard it from their schemes. Or so they hoped.
The well has power over all life.
It does. Though I suspect there is more to your question. Go on, Ryder. Ask it.
The Four never knew of the well. Why was it kept from us?
For fear of what you may have done with that knowledge. The Nephilim could not be allowed to ravage creation any longer. They needed to stay dead.
Then the well can bring them back.
And so we get to the root of it. Yes, the well is the fount of all life. Angel, demon, mankind, even Nephilim. But from their blades they wrought chaos. And from that was born corruption. You were right to destroy them.
Okay.
I don't remember him having
I
the
forgot.
chains. Did
I
he always have
forgot.
the
He
chains?
always had
Yeah.
chains, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he
I
always
thought
had
it was
chains.
they were going for a friggin' ghost of
Christmas present.
Christmas something.
No, Jacob Marley.
yeah,
Yes.
the ghost of Marley. I thought they were doing that kind of
No,
thing.
he's always had the chains.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they just turned his model blue. Perfect.
Yep.
I mean, that's what they did for all the other ghosts.
Yep.
Heck, I haven't seen them when they were alive.
But you
Yep.
have seen them as ghosts.
Yeah, and I just expected that. I thought there'd just be something new. I don't know. Because we saw him when he was alive.
Also, I want to call attention that there's nice little water here.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's very good.
It's very pretty.
The water pond that you guys made is good.
Wait, isn't this the corridor levels?
Yeah, unfortunately, starting at this point, I'm assuming it's because the developers ran out of time. This isn't really a world to explore like the last two were. It's basically just ride through this canyon to the dungeon.
Cool.
No.
It's all good.
I'm a little yeah. Just you
Hello.
ride to that tower.
It's pretty at least.
I still
guess.
love this game, and I still think this is my favorite area of said game. but the cracks, the behind-the-scene cracks really do show, unfortunately.
And this was the last game THQ made before they went out of business, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sadness.
That would do
This,
it.
they pretty much,
Yeah.
this and Vigil, they're, I know, THQ was the parent company and Vigil Game. I don't know the technical details behind the video game distribution process, but THQ and Vigil Games both went out of business after this, and THQ was absorbed by Nordic, and they've now become THQ Nordic, and I think they auctioned off a lot of the properties that Vigil Games was working on,
Absorbed is a very interesting verb.
used in company, yeah.
I'm very used to different terminology.
Yeah,
but that's
I'm
okay.
trying to remember my business vocab. I should
will
remember it, but I
say,
don't.
Thankfully, even though the Vigil, like a lot of the creators who, you know, the rights to make this game was given, the third game was given to another studio. That studio brought on a lot of people who worked on the first two games and had plans on working on the third game
That's good.
into it, just so we don't
Now, if only-
outright have an issue of new team with completely new vision, you know?
No, if only it wasn't in development hell.
Now, to their defense, and I even kind of talked to, like, when I was at GameStop the other day, they pointed out it's like it's not necessarily in development hell at the moment. It's just the game was leaked, so they announced it and made it pre-orderable sooner than they probably wanted to. And E3 is coming up in a couple weeks, months, whatever. So it's more likely than not we're going to get more information on it coming then.
There's a part of me that doesn't want to hold my breath. Like, bless what?
And they will not part with it lightly.
I've never gotten that door open, truth be told.
Oh, it's just a door that will never see the light
it
of
can
day?
be open. You can
It
do it
just-
from Volgrim. I've never...
It sounds like either a very big side quest or secret boss.
I'm going to say boss.
I'm gonna say secret tunnel.
I mean,
Secret tunnel. Okay.
I mean, it could be a secret boss, because I know I've tried to do a lot of the side quests in this game, and I haven't always been able to find their locations, just since the worlds are not necessarily expansive.
But they're cluttered?
Well, I mean, like, one of the bosses
Hey,
is
there's a
hidden-
thing back there.
Like, one of the bosses, like this optional fight against this flaming bat monster, it's like at the very bottom of a previous dungeon. I wasn't really sure where to look for that, for the most part, you know?
Oops. I got stuck.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Oh,
Another
no.
boss fight against the Trent Gorewood, I just found it accidentally, and I don't think I've ever been able to find it since.
Oh, fun.
Hello.
It's me.
The Crystal Spire.
Arms of the angels. I don't know.
We never
That's just
got,
what I thought of when I saw the building.
We never got there in the first game, but this kind of reminds me of the tree in Garden of Eden in the first game, in the brief scene we were there.
Look,
Oh, yeah, I
angels.
forgot the angels were dimly colored all the time for some reason.
They're not. They're just corrupted.
Oh, they're corrupted too? Okay, cool. I was like,
The angels normally wear bright, white. I mean, some of them wear gray armor, but that was partially because of the angels on Earth in the first game were part of the Hellguard. They were specifically like the front line
right.
defense people and such.
P.S. I'm probably going to start being very particular about like color choices and shit because I've been taking a web design class and that's all we've been talking about for 2 weeks. So who knows? I might be a complete dick.
Freaking.
Don't forget you can summon your zombies.
Yeah, I just needed more wrath. Freaking
Oh, yeah.
color theory is like one of the most interesting conversations and like discussions for me. And
I haven't even gotten that deep in it.
When I was learning how to, learning about color in my, what's it called? My theater class, my lighting design class, I'm like, oh, yellow isn't a primary color of light, green
Yeah.
is.
Yep.
I found that very interesting.
It's RBG.
Abaddon's eye. It is.
Yes, it is I, Dad.
help. Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Hi.
Oh, good.
Just like
He's just like, just a second. Stab.
oh,
He's your
he
ally.
was helping me. He said come to me, and I thought like, okay, you're gonna get me out. No, okay.
That's just it's a military expression, rally to me and such.
Oh, gotcha. I will soon figure out this terminology.
Yeah, the only downside I am now noticing well, again, it's me being an analyst right now because my school is shoving it down my throat and now I cannot get it out of my head.
Well, that's what I tell my dad whenever he tells me to just enjoy the movie and not critically analyze it. I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't do that.
All right.
I'll be able to. How we died? What?
We died.
I
We
died.
ran out of health.
Yeah.
Oh, it seemed like the screen just kind of blinked into existence all of a sudden.
Nope.
Yep.
Just.
Do we need to head back to the maker's place to get
I'm gonna
to the
try
shop?
one more time,
Yeah.
and then I will.
Yeah.
But
At
what
least
I
you
was
brought back with full health.
Yeah,
Just not
that's
full wrath,
nice.
unfortunately.
the one thing I was noticing is, wow, my eyes are automatically just drawn to the barrier. So I wasn't really paying attention. I was just like, that barrier is a really bright color compared to everything else.
Yep.
Huh.
I mean, it's the same color as all the corruption, yellow and black.
Well, but the difference is it's saturated more, so it's brighter compared to the dimmer yellows of the armors. So
Yeah, the
it's-
hard part-
your eyes are drawn to it.
Yeah, again, the hard part with color theory in terms of games, okay, that's fine. In terms of with games is that you have to pick a color palette that can be different to the narrative and like help tell the story through that, but also to the point where it like matches and makes sense
For game mechanics too.
for like so that it's not distracting. And so I understand why they picked the color because that's just the color that has been natural for all the corruption in this entire game.
So, I never really watched this show. It's more my roommates watched it, and I watched a couple episodes with them. It's called Face Off. It's one of those
Oh,
reality
Face
shows,
Off
but
was
with
fun.
stage makeup and such.
yeah.
So the I want to say season 2 finale that I saw, they had to make 3 makeups that could survive dance choreography. One was sci-fi, one was fantasy, and one was horror. And I remember, like, when they first came out, they all posed and they had to, do like a lighting design with it. When the fantasy one came out, he did like this super bright and saturated red. I'm like, you cannot see any of this makeup. Like, one of them was like this green forest nymph. I'm like, all her colors were washed out. You couldn't see any of it because of this bright red. It was awful. Shall we be back after we buy potions?
And we could keep talking.
Yeah, we can just keep going and talk about color theory.
Colors. But that's also the hard thing is that like a lot of times with a lot of models that people make for games,
I think you can fast travel back to the tree.
probably a lot of times when you're making stuff for games, you have your typical color palette and you're like, awesome. And then lighting design is like one of the more like critical aspects that a lot of people overlook in terms of game design. Like to be honest, if you go into lighting design in the game industry, you have a better chance of getting a job than just modeling. Because the lighting design that you pick for a game could drastically change the look and feel of the laid out environment
And
that
I guess
you have.
we could go back to either place. It doesn't have to be the Forge Lands.
That's fair.
Pick a portal and hop in it.
Alright,
Let's.
Forge Lands it is.
Okay, let's go back to it. So, there's a lot people need, people kind of don't realize that has to be considered when it comes to color, in terms of the color palette you pick for the characters, for the environment, and also the light.
Because
I really, one of the examples they gave was, I wish I remember the name of the video game. I want to say it was called like Dead at Dark or something. It was some zombie survival horror game.
It's not Dead by Daylight, right?
Oh, it was Dead by Daylight. Yeah.
Oh,
Dead by Daylight!
the online versus competitive.
I think so. I
Yeah, that
don't
horror
know.
game.
They just showed a screenshot, and we're
World.
just showing all of the cool cool colors that they were using and how the contrast worked. Like, to a person who doesn't analyze color too much, it's just it's a lot of blues and some browns. But there is green hues in order to bring out the blue a bit more and put subtle designs and make the character stand out more. And it was just insane, just
then-
how much detail was put in just this one screenshot.
And then it contrasts to the red that is common in the
Wait
game.
a minute. The Foundry was the entrance to a boss dungeon. You needed to go backwards across the bridge. We're still not that far away, mind you, so it wasn't
Yeah.
a bad fast travel. But I'm like, oh yeah, the Foundry is where we got our giant friend who really...
Hi, boss.
Not Franklin. The big guy with the hammer who
Oh, that
really
guy.
just existed to be a boss fight and then die pointlessly.
Oh, fun.
Oh, sorry. I love this game. I'll never stop loving this game, but that was a really bad decision from a storytelling perspective.
Sometimes they happen. Like, even the best of games will have a flaw. I have never seen a game without the flaws. Like, even Breath of the Wild has its flaws. And
Believe it or not. Yeah, its biggest flaw is just the simple fact that I played through it, did the first 2 dungeons, and then I put it down and never picked it up again.
Wait, which game?
Breath of the Wild.
Oh, I love Breath of the Wild.
It doesn't help. Most people got Breath of the Wild or got the Switch for Breath of the Wild. I got it for Fire Emblem Warriors. So that's what I've been playing on it the most.
I don't have a Switch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dude,
you come borrow it some other time, but right now you gotta get through Persona 5.
Yeah, you have to borrow it later because I just bought Half Genie Hero for it.
And for that,
My problem is I just don't have time to come over for
Yeah.
Persona 5.
If you have time to come over, you're here doing your job.
Yep.
You're working.
If it leads out, there are new talismans for you to browse.
Freaking.
Next one over.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, you're on
Yes,
Cell.
Wrong. Tabs.
Oh,
Yay!
Freaking, I totally forgot what I was gonna say.
well,
But-
then let me chime in with something I was going to say a little while ago. It's not video game design, but I always remember watching the Land Before Time videos. I mean, it was other animated videos, but it was the other Land Before Time videos especially.
Like the movies? Like
Yeah,
the
like
second, third, or whatever?
Yes, from the
Okay.
second one onward, you could always tell when something was going to interact with the characters because their color saturation would change.
Oh, yeah. Well, that was just
No, and I know, like,
old animation back in the day.
I'm aware of that, but I always remember there was a specific scene in Land Before Time 4 where they're walking by flowers, and then just one of them randomly had different color saturations, like, let Spike eat it.
Yup.
So, in the latest season of Supernatural, they actually get sucked into a TV and meet the Scooby Gang, and the episode is...
I've heard about
It
that!
is so
I saw-
good and so funny,
I
but...
saw like one clip or something. Freaking out.
Yeah, but like at one point they're like, looking for clues, and like in this room they're like 4 lockers, and then one of them is clearly animated differently. And
Yeah.
like Dean is just like, we should open one that looks different. What do you mean it looks different? I mean this one, like right here, and he opens it.
That's fantastic.
Just him opening it kind of reminds me of that. Link, you gotta stop smashing all the pots. Well, how else am I gonna get the rupees out of them? And then Zelda reaches into the pot and pulls it out. Witchcraft!
Like, what?
Weird.
Not blocked
Oh,
by
so-
colliders?
There's a YouTuber that I watched that I highly recommended named The Dom. He does a show called Lost in Adaptation where he reviews...
Oh!
Yeah, I've mentioned him a few times before. Well, at the end of all of his videos, and I highly recommend watching through the credits because he always plugs his Patreon. But what's really funny is it's like, but if you're currently thinking, well, the Dom, I can't do that, and then he always makes up a different reason behind why
You
can't do it. Like one of them, it's like, I recently adopted an Hungarian ironback and I've spent all my money buying goats to feed him. Well, one of the ones, it was by far one of the funniest ones, it's like, I can't do that because I just immigrated from the land of Hyrule and I can't wrap my head around economy where breaking your pottery gives you less money than before.
Oh my gosh.
Or then one of his another funny one's like, I can't do that because I don't want to. I highly recommend his channel. He's really funny.
There you go, horsey.
There we go, horse.
He also did a really good breakdown about why 50 Shades of Grey is one of the worst pieces of literature to ever get popular.
Yeah, I think we definitely talked about that.
Yeah, I definitely talked about that one, but it's by far my favorite thing he's
Land
done.
of the Dead.
That's Land of the Dead.
Land of the Dead.
You want to go
Further.
up?
Up.
And we'll see you in the next video.
We're
Bye-bye.
so good at this game, guys.